when I first started on YouTube, Coastal Scents offered a pretty decent quality product for a really good price. And I still think that is the case, although I think the quality of their product has improved. If you are really stuck on neutrals and you want to experiment with color, but you don't want to commit to a higher priced item that you can find at, Ulta, Sephora, department store, I think Coastal Scents is a great place to purchase palettes to play around with. Or if you're a younger girl, you're a teenager in your 20s, you just don't have the budget for, Urban Decay, that's the one that's going to come to mind right now, or even Sigma brushes, this is another great place. Now, the problem with Coastal Scents is they have a lot of great products, and then they have a couple, misses. It's just, that's the nature of pretty much every brand. The only problem with Coastal Scents, of course, is that you can't go to a store and play with it first, so you really don't know what you're getting. So I just wanted to highlight a few things that I love and use all the time that might not get enough love here. And if you stick around, Coastal Scents sent me some products, and they said if I post any kind of review, they would send me a $100 gift certificate. So what I would like to do is pass that gift certificate along to one of you. So if you just comment anything below, don't say enter me though, because that'll get marked as spam and I can't help you there. But, do a nice comment, a useful one. Obviously not nice comments will not be included in the giveaway. I will, as soon as I get that gift certificate, I will send it your way. So let's get on with the business of the actual video. So something that I use pretty much every day, I can't remember if I ordered this. I think I ordered this. This is a brush from Coastal Scents. This is it's got a crazy name. This is a complaint about Coastal Scents. I wish they would just name their brushes and name their products and not give them numbers. But this one is the BRCN42. It might have a name at this point. I think it's like the pointed tapered brush or something. This thing to me is like the ultimate blending brush because I am definitely heavy-handed with my shadows. I always have been. It's something I'm working on, but I have not mastered. This thing is like a big fluffy brush, similar to like a MAC 224, but it's even bigger and it comes to a point. So it really fits into the crease, which is where I always mess up. And then I can just stick it right in there and just kind of blend it out and get it along the edges. And I use this brush every single day. I really need to just order a couple of these because they get dirty and I'm lazy about washing my brushes. So if you buy only one thing from Coastal Scents, let it be this one. They do make some great dupes. They are really well known for their dupes. And this is the BRB506. And it's filthy because I use it. And this is very similar to the MAC 217. I would say it's a little flatter. So it's a little more useful in that you can really use it as a flat brush. And it's a little more narrow than the 217, not quite as fluffy this direction. So you can really get in your crease, and then it's a little more forgiving for beginner makeup people. Now, I'm going to get back to brushes in a minute, but since I brought up dupes, this is where they excel. And these were all sent to me over the last couple of years. This is the Revealed palette. So we have the original Revealed, which was meant to completely mimic the Urban Decay Naked palette. And there are a million videos swatching all of these. Obviously, it's not quite the same for a couple of reasons. One, there are 20 shadows in here, and there are only 12 in the Urban Decay Nakeds. There is no mirror. The quality as far as the creaminess and the pigmentation is pretty freaking close. And obviously, these are way less expensive. I could be wrong, but the last time I checked, these were $19.95, right around $20. So you get more shadows, they're the same size, and they are less expensive. And I gotta tell you, when you use a primer or some kind of cream shadow underneath, for sure, even on their own, but especially paired with primer, I just don't see a noticeable difference with these. You might get a little more fallout. Tap your brush. I mean, really. So this is the original Revealed. Then they came out with Revealed 2, which obviously is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 2, which is more of the, well, you know what? This is where it gets confusing because the Urban Decay Naked 2 was meant to be more cool toned, and I see this as more of a dupe for the Naked 3. There are some of those shades in here, but you see a lot more rosier tones. And then just to confuse you more, they came out with a Revealed 3. and it has even more of those rosy tones. So they don't quite match. They have the same shades, but then they have more. That's the best way to explain it. And then they just recently came out with the I almost called it the Urban Decay, the Revealed Smoky Palette. Again, 20 shades. Again, obviously a dupe for the Urban Decay Smoky Palette. Now, Urban Decay did send me the Smoky Palette, and I have to tell you, I much prefer this one. I found the Urban Decay Smoky Palette shadows to be much chalkier, much harder to blend, not as creamy in texture, and these, they're really good. They're really good. I'll just swatch this gold one here. I mean, you can see, I know I'm not zooming in here, but you can see the gleam from way back over there. I love this one. I'm a sucker for pink and shimmery and all that. Okay, you can see it's a little more powdery probably than an Urban Decay, but is it so much more powdery that how do I put this? You're paying a lot less for this and you get a lot more. So you get a little more powder. Is it that big of a deal? No, it is not. And look at that. I mean, they're beautiful. They do a great job. So I'm a big fan, and I have a combination of, I think, 2 or 3 palettes on my eyes right now. I just have them all laid out in front of me, and I just started dipping brushes in, and do not ask me to recreate this. I have no idea what I did, but they're a lot of fun to play with. Now, let me get on to the brushes that I would recommend. They did send me this one a long time ago, and it came in this, it's filthy. I know it is, because I use it. It came with the little brush holder thing, it snaps on, it's great for travel and so forth, but this is, I believe, there's 16 brushes in this, and I believe it's called their pearl handled travel set. I love these brushes. I don't use all 16. I mean, I'm just not that into brushes. I kind of like the shapes I like, and I stick to that, but my favorites that I will highlight for you, another kind of complaint. I wish, obviously they stamp Coastal Scents on it. Why can't they stamp a name? But this is like a flat top kabuki brush. This is my preferred foundation brush to all others. It really is. I love it, love it, love it. I love this big fluffy thing. This is great for powder or bronzer or any kind of, large, something you're gonna do all over your face. I use that all the time. I love the flat brush. These are synthetic fibers, so this is great if you want to spray it with some like MAC Fix Plus or something to wet the brush and use with shadows that are wet or dry. I adore it. I love the shape of this blush brush. My all-time favorite blush brush was a Sonia Kashuk one that they don't make anymore, and this very much mimics that shape. I like this big fat kind of flat brush. There's so many great. There's a couple I never use, like this. It's like chopped off, kind of funky flat top, kind of like a baby kabuki. I'm actually realizing this would be really good for concealer. Why have I not used that before? I love this brush set. In fact, I think I'm gonna buy this as a gift for a couple of young ladies that I know, maybe for Valentine's Day. That'd be a fun gift. And then this was kind of a hit or miss. This actually just got released. This was sent to me, I guess sometime in January, I'd say. Yep. And it comes in I put this in this container does not come with it. It comes in this long brush roll. I'm not a huge fan of brush rolls. Who has that kind of counter space that they're gonna like lay out all their brushes and just, I'm not a professional makeup artist. If I was, maybe that would make more sense, but I'm just sitting at my bathroom counter like all of you, and I like to be able to put it in containers. So it's a nice magnetic brush roll that is shoved somewhere under my sink, so sorry I forgot to bring it. But let's talk about the brushes. So here's what I like about them, and here's what I don't like about them. I like that they're synthetic some of the time, and I don't like that they're synthetic some of the time. So the larger face brushes, like this one, I mean, I have been using them, they're dirty, and this one, and the Duo Fiber one, these are great that they're synthetic. They pick up just enough product, but it doesn't put the powder on too heavy or make it cakey on your face. This one too is, obviously I've been using this. They shed a little bit more than the other ones, but at this price point, it's not awful. But I don't like anything for concentrated stuff. So this is shedding too. This is like a pointed concealer brush, basically. Well, it's synthetic, so it's nice with liquids, but it's not dense enough. When you push it, it really kind of bends around. And so because the the brush hairs aren't packed too densely. They just kind of collapse and they just put brush marks all over your face. They don't blend it in enough is what I was trying to tell you. And it's even worse on the eyeshadow brushes because they're not tightly enough wrapped or dense. They're too fluffy. So the product there's nothing. The product doesn't stick. The product doesn't get packed onto the lid. I've tried and tried and tried, and I just can't make the smaller brushes work for me. So like if I could just maybe recommend these, but for I think pretty much the same price or less, you get these, and these work so much better. So I would not recommend this purple handled brush set. I don't know what it's called, but I will list it below. I would, however, recommend the pearl handled set. I think the revealed palettes are wonderful. And my favorite by far is this goofy looking guy here. This precision, I think it's a precision, I can't be precise about the name. It's a precision tapered brush, I think. The other reason that I filmed this video is because I want to start a conversation. I know a lot of you still use Coastal Scents products and love them. So if you wouldn't mind, in the comments below, and this will be considered an entry, please let me know what products you still use and love from Coastal Scents. What do you recommend for all of us? I don't want this to be me just telling you, use this. I want this to be like a two-way conversation or a 65,000 way conversation. So thank you so much for watching, and I will put in the description box all the information, again, about what we've talked about here, links to everything, and I will find out, because I don't know for sure, what Coastal Scents shipping policy is as well. So I don't know if I can make this to just the US or open it up to the world. But the giveaway rules will be in the description box. So make sure you check that out because there's tons and tons of information in there. Not just links, I promise. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. If I want something at this point in my life, I will go out and get it, and Michael pretty much feels the same way. And I don't necessarily want something pink or red just because it's February 14th.